Hi, guys. So I thought that I would take some time to go over accreditation so that we don't have to have a separate meeting. This is really, I'm going to just talk about some nuts and bolts about accreditation and what we've done and what's happening with this accreditation visit. So if you're new to the staff or you didn't go through the last accreditation visit with us, this is something that you definitely want to watch. So here's what I'm going to talk about. Our accreditation visit, our site visit, is November 7th through the 9th. Before we have our visit, we underwent an 18-month process of what's called a self-study process. We did that together as a staff. The purpose of accreditation is so that we can get kind of like a AAA rating on our school. So it's really just a seal of approval saying that we meet certain standards and benchmarks. The organization that we use, that the diocese uses for our religious and independent schools, is called RISA, Wisconsin Religious and Independent School Association. That's who the accrediting agency is. It's really not an option to not be accredited. The areas of focus in the self-study, which is what I said that we focused on for this particular visit. Mission and Catholic identity, that's one area. Government and leadership is a second area. Academic excellence is a third area, and operational vitality is the fourth area. Underneath each of those four areas, there were particular indicators that we needed to look at and that we had to respond to. The process that we used was that we took all of the faculty and staff and we put everybody on committees. And the committees were assigned specific areas and specific reports that they had to write and evidence that they had to gather, and that ended up making up our self-study report. The thing that made our site unique was that in 2015, we actually had our site visit. So we just did this 3 years ago. We did the entire self-study process, and then we had the visit. And then right after we went through that accreditation visit, Kim Desatel had been hired, and Grace decided that they wanted all of the sites in Grace to be on the same cycle, and the only way to do it is to do it all at the same time. So as a system, we are going through accreditation together. There are 9 school sites that are going through accreditation on November 7th through the 9th. And each of the individual school sites will have their own teams, and then the Grace system at the top will have their own team as well. So there's going to be a lot going on that week, but it'll be nice because then it's a 7-year cycle after that, so we shouldn't have to go through any of this for 7 more years. The work that we did over the last 18 months was to convert. We actually moved from an older format, and the format was changed to the format that we have been using this time. So we tried to take a lot of the work that we did in 2015, and we tried to preserve it and convert it into this new model that we had to use. And it was successful in some areas and not successful in other areas, and we ended up having to rewrite a lot of things and reformat them. So those of you who are new in the last 2 or 3 years, you probably, if you were new 3 years ago, you probably were on one of our committees. If you were new last year and this year, you may not have been on a committee, and that's okay. I wanted to just say that my philosophy as the school principal in regards to accreditation is that this is an opportunity for growth. It's not something to be concerned or worried about. Yeah, we want to put our best foot forward and we want things to go well while the visiting team is here, but we also don't want to stress ourselves out either. We have a really well-run school. We have, and when things aren't going well, we know about it and we try to address it right away so that things get worked out smoothly. So this is not, I don't expect us to roll out a dog and pony show to show things that we don't normally do. This is an opportunity for us to shine in ways that we already shine in, and for a team to come in and see the fabulous school that we are. I would expect that they would have areas for growth. I think that's the exciting part of having a team of other educators come in the building. I don't look at it necessarily as criticism. I look at it as, oh, we hadn't really thought of it that way. You know, that's a good point. Maybe we should consider that or add that. Or we made a lot of we addressed a lot of things from the last visit that we had in 2015, a lot that had to do with safety and security. And, you know, so I'm proud of those things, and we have all those things to show off as well. So if you are new to our school and you haven't been through accreditation before, do not worry. Do not be nervous. There will be people who come into your classroom and want to do an observation. They may want to meet with you and have a separate just conference with you and find out what's your perspective of our school. And I encourage you to be honest. I know that there are things that I could do better as a leader, and or that maybe organizationally we could do better. So I don't think we can grow if we're not honest about those areas. So, you know, please don't feel like you can't be honest. And enjoy it. Enjoy the feedback and take it as an opportunity for for another set of eyes to be in our community. So on that note, I hope this was helpful to just kind of give you that overview, and then we will have a Q&A, 15-minute Q&A for all of the faculty and staff on the afternoon of Tuesday, November 30th. From 3:45 to 4-ish. And then if you need to leave, you can leave. But if you have more questions, you can stay. And hopefully that will help with, allay any like fears, and kind of what my intention there is to just kind of lay out what the visit's going to look like, where they're going to be, like just what the general schedule is going to look like and things like that. Okay, feel free to let me know if you have any questions, and your unit members have been through, most of the units have been through accreditation before. So please let me know if let them know if you have questions, let me know if you have questions. And thank you for everything that you do for our school.